welcome back to our channel.
What's going on, guys? How's it been going?
If you guys are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the bell button right next to it. That way you get notified every time we post a new video. If you're not new, welcome back. Today by the title of this video, you guys probably already seen that we're going to be doing a little story time on how we met. If you guys did watch our first video, our introduction video, we did mention that we wanted to save this story for its own video, just because we did want to go into detail about it, and we wanted to just explain to you guys and share with you guys a little story time of how we met. And yeah, we were gonna do this as a mukbang, but we're trying to do it as fast as possible because we did come to Home Depot and to Target to run a few little errands, and we left Olivia at my mother-in-law's, so we don't want to leave her there too long. But obviously we're trying to knock out this video real quick, so that's why we decided just to do it as a story time.
A little story time real quick.
We'll include the mukbang whenever we do the story time with Olivia's delivery, because that's also another story to be told that caught us by surprise. So
dang, that one is a good one too.
So stay tuned for that one. Okay.
Very adventurous day, I guess you can say. Nah.
So
one of my cousins, it was like 3 years ago, 2017. Yeah.
It was like May
20 something.
like 21st.
No, yeah.
Or like 27.
20, somewhere around there.
I don't know, but it was by the end of May in 2017. His cousin, his primo hermano, was getting married. So it is a cousin from your uncle, from your dad's side of the family.
He's my dad's brother's. One of my cousins from my dad's brother.
Okay, so it's part of his dad's family. He was getting married, so obviously, you know, like the whole family was getting reunited. Anyways, he was part of the groomsmen party for that wedding, and the only reason why I was there is because the bride of the groom is actually my best friend's sister. So I've known her side of the family probably since I was like 3 or 4, and me and the bride's sister have been really, really close ever since, and we're super close now. I think the whole time we were there, we never ever like noticed each other. I don't know if you ever noticed me.
I did, but I thought you were with somebody, so I didn't say anything.
I was actually with my mom that day. Like, I was single at the time, and my mom was preggo AF. She actually gave birth like 3 days later. She was literally already having contractions. She was like wobbling like a penguin. It was funny. But yeah, she actually accompanied me to the church. She accompanied me to the party, and she was there for a really long time. My brother actually came with his wife and his daughter, just to like have some dinner and dance a little bit, and that was about it. But other than that, I went in my own car, and then my mom ended up leaving with my brother and his wife. And I think by the end of the party, that's when I noticed him, just because, let me see, I'm trying to think.
Because I was walking towards my cousin, one of my cousins, and her best friend's now husband. She was walking towards him, and I was walking towards him, and I guess she left some keys with them, so she asked for her keys, and I showed up, and
oh, I was like, wait, yeah. So I'll insert some pictures here of how he looked that day, and then a picture of how I looked that day. Completely different people, I would say. I mean, he looks pretty much the same, but obviously I've gained my baby weight from Olivia, and then obviously my hair is different, and I don't know, my face just looks rounder. Obviously I was at least 30 pounds lighter, but other than that, I was wearing a dress. So since I had keys on me, I told my best friend's husband if he could hold on to them while I was helping them clean. I didn't have like a little clutch or like a little purse with me. I just took my keys, right? So I was like, hey, can you hold on to these while I like clean And he did that, but I needed something for my car. I needed to put something in my car because I was also helping them like take gifts or whatever. So I was like, oh, maybe like some gifts fit in my car, that way we can help him out, you know. So I went to go ask for my keys, and this guy was talking to him, I believe, or just walking towards him, and that's when he like started talking to me.
I gotta, you know, I had to spit some game real quick. You know what I'm saying? I gotta. Yep. Yeah,
So, FYI, guys, he was probably 9 out of 10 drunk. Like, because you remember what happened.
I was at least an 8. 8.5 maybe.
He remembers the conversation, some of the conversation that we had, like partial of the conversation that we had that day. The first thing that he told me was, "Can you give me a ride?" Not even introduce himself. Nothing. Like, he didn't even say hi. He literally just said, "Can you give me a ride home?" And I was just like, wait, what? I was talking to my best friend's husband, and he like interrupted our conversation, and he just asked, "Can you give me a ride home?" And I was just like, wait,
you're right.
I didn't even know him. Like, I was like, I don't even know you. How am I gonna take you home? What if something happens? What if we like crash? And then what did you say?
So that if we crash, you can just throw me out of the car real quick, and somebody can deal with it.
I was like, dude, you're like on something. I don't know. You're smoking crack. I don't know.
Hell no. I don't do none of that stuff.
But I was just like, dude, you don't even know me. Like, why are you asking me for a ride when there's so many people here that you know? Like, so many of his cousins were still there helping out cleaning too. And he knew all the groomsmen, and they were all there. Like, why would you ask some random girl to give you a ride home?
Well,
First of all,
I wanted to meet you. So you seemed interesting, so.
But that was basically it. I literally told him, no, what if like something happens? And I think like you butted in because me and the and my best friend's husband, we were talking about having an after party. And we had been talking about it for days, about having an after party, but something went wrong, and like, I don't know, some things happened and no after party was ever done that night.
That night, well, the morning, I was at a dairy. I don't even know how the hell I ended up there.
See what I mean?
It was like 6:30 and I was fucking barely gonna go home. Those are the good days.
It was a good But after that, like, I think that was the only time we spoke. But I ended up going home. He already told you guys that he ended up at a dairy. God knows how, but he ended up at a dairy.
We were drinking up pajaretas like at 6 in the morning. I had a pajareta in my hand. If you guys don't know what a pajareta is, I'll tell you guys next time I go to the ranch to show you guys.
But then when was the next time we
it was like probably like 2 weeks after, and then when we
No, because you met my little sister at 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, it was probably like a month later though. No?
It was like a few days.
After? It was probably like a week, because it was on the weekend.
Was it a weekend?
It was
No. Oh, I know what you're thinking of. Okay, but no. But, so the next time that we ever spoke was like a few days later, maybe. So the wedding was on a Saturday, obviously, right? So I think on Monday or Tuesday of the following like week, they went over, like all of like the groomsmen and the bridesmaids, they went over to help them move in. The bride and the groom, they helped them move in, and that was kind of like their after party, right?
That was a housewarming party.
It was like a housewarming party, okay.
Yeah.
So they were all there, right? And I was working, obviously, but my best friend hit me up, and I answered, and she was like, hey, come over, like we're having a housewarming party for my sister and for her husband, like come over and this and that. And she was like, oh, David Allen is here, you should come over. And I was like, who's David Allen? So yeah, his full name is David Allen. But she was like, oh yeah, David Allen is here. And I was like, who in the world is David Allen? I didn't, like, I told you guys, I didn't even get his name at the party. Like, I didn't even know who he was. So I was like, who the freak are you talking about? And she was like, the guy that you spoke to at the wedding. And I was like, what guy? Like, there were so many people there I probably spoke to that, who are you talking about? And she was just like, oh, my husband said that you were talking to him and that he asked you for a ride and this and that. And he said he wants to meet you or something like that. And I was like, what the hell? Like, how does he remember that? He was like shit-faced. What do you mean? So I think you jumped on the phone, no? Or no, I could hear him in the back. He was like, oh, tell her to send me her number and this and that. I guess. Anyways, I texted her back and I was like, you know what? Yeah, go ahead. Like, just give him my number.
No, you're joking.
I was like, yeah, go ahead. Just give him my number. Like, I'm not, like, interested in, like, talking to anybody. It was just, like, a friend type of thing, you know? So I don't know. I gave him my number or whatever. And he texted me thinking that she was giving him the wrong number or something. Like, I don't know. What did you think when I texted you for the first time? Or you texted me? I don't remember who texted first.
I texted you first.
Did you?
Like, who the heck is this? I was trying to play it. I was like, I didn't know who it was. I was sad.
But I don't remember how that conversation started. Probably it was just like a, hey, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. Do you remember me?
Damn. I don't know if I don't think I have it in the messages anymore because that was a different one.
Yeah, you had it, and it was a different number.
Yeah. Damn, what happened to that phone?
But no, I would text him probably, like, let's say I would text him right now. It's like 5 p.m. right? I would text him at 5 p.m. and he wouldn't reply to me like until like 8 in the morning the next day. I was like, is this dude on a graveyard shift? What does he do for a living? Because, like, how does a normal person not hear that they have a text message, or that, I don't know, if you're talking to someone new, I would believe that you want to, like, keep texting them and you want to, like, get to know them, you know? But no, this guy would literally text me back like a day and a half later. And I was just like, all right, he's totally not into me. I mean, it is what it is. I wasn't, like, expecting him to be interested in me. But I was just like, why would he ask for my number if he's not going to reply back, you know?
It works, internet.
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
We're here today.
True. But then after that, I think we stopped talking for a few days, no?
Yeah, we probably took like
3-4 days, like, without texting each other back. Because I'm telling you guys, I felt like I was getting ghosted. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, that's like pretty much it was like a couple days, and then it took like pretty much like a month and a half to really start dating and stuff, like talking and going places. And actually,
I think it was a Saturday night that me and my mom went to church. For the first time ever since she had given birth, we went to church and we took my little sister. And then after, my best friend hit me up and she was just like, hey, like, I'm at my sister's house. Do you want to come over and just chill? Like, we can just drink. My husband's here. And then obviously the sister's husband was there, which is his cousin. So I was like, oh yeah, like, I'll go through right now. Just send me the address. I got to the house and her sister obviously was there, and she was there, my best friend, and I was just like, wait, I thought you said that the boys were here, meaning his cousin and my best friend's husband. And she was like, oh yeah, they went to go get beer, or more like, what was it? I think it was Smirnoff that they were drinking, the girls were drinking. And then she was just like, oh yeah, and David Allen's with them. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, what? I was just like, man, you should have told me. Like, me hubiera arreglado, me hubiera, like, done my makeup differently, my hair. It was up in a ponytail, guys, so I hate how I look with my hair up, just because I feel like my face looks rounder. It's already round as it is, so I was just like, man, I don't look nice at all, whatever. And you guys, it was the first time that we were gonna see each other since the wedding. So obviously when you go to a wedding, te vas toda arreglada, you know, your hair's all done nice, your makeup's all done nice, all the guys get all, like, cleaned up, shaved or whatever, fresh fades and stuff. So they took pretty long. You guys took pretty long to come back from the store. They said yeah.
I think we went to Lowe's.
Oh, okay.
For something.
Yeah, since the since the house that they had moved in, it needed a couple like fix-ups here and there. The boys were helping them out.
Oh, we want to get the door.
Mm.
That's what we did. We installed doors at Apple's house. Again, big bug.
So yeah, so he got there, whatever. He didn't even like. Did you say hi? I don't think you said hi. I think you just walked straight to the kitchen.
I think I did say hi to you.
You probably just was just like, oh, hello, like that was about it.
Yeah.
No, like he didn't come up to shake my hand at all, like nothing like that, right? But he did like offer me. You did offer me a Smirnoff.
Depends on it, wouldn't it be?
Crickets. What happened after that?
I don't know what happened after that. We started dating.
No, like that night. So that night, after we said hello or whatever, we went and we started drinking up. The boys were drinking beer, the girls were probably drinking Smirnoffs or Mike's Hard. I don't remember. But everybody started getting hungry and they were like, oh, let's order some pizzas and this and that. And mind you guys, it was getting pretty late. It was probably like midnight at this point. Maybe like 11, almost midnight.
Yeah, it was like 11.
And we ordered pizza and what's it called? My best friend and I were supposed to go pick it up. And I don't know who threw you with me, but they were like, oh yeah, David Allen should just go with her.
Everybody threw me in the car.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't remember this. But I was already getting in my driver's seat and I was like waiting for my best friend to come and come into the passenger seat so we could leave. And this guy ended up in my car and I was just like, wait, what? And like, I guess they were all like, oh yeah, he's gonna go with you to pick up the pizzas and this and that. And that way you guys can get some talking, you know? Because we weren't doing, mind you guys, we weren't doing any talking at the house when we were drinking. Like, he was with the boys, like, doing his own thing, and I was with my best friend and her sister. So, like, we were all together, but we were all having, like a different conversation. Like, the girls were having a conversation, and the guys were having their own conversation. So they threw him in my car, and I was like, all right, whatever. Like, it's literally down the street. So we went to Pizza Hut to pick up the pizzas, and then were we talking in the car?
Yeah.
I don't remember the conversations that we were having, guys. It was so long. We went back to the ranch where we were at, and we were drinking up some more that night. More people came, no? Like a few more guys came over. Probably one of your cousins, I think, showed up. But other than that, that was it. I think we were getting a little too tipsy at that point, and
Just call it a night.
yeah, I think so. No, yeah, everybody was taking pics, I think, and that's where this picture is from. So we ended up taking a selfie together, and that was our first picture, and we called it a night, I think, that night.
Yeah.
That was like,
then we started talking again. Like after that night, we started talking again, and then,
like I said, after that night, we did end up texting each other back, and we ended up, like, you know, getting into that flirting stage, getting into that getting to know each other stage, and after that, things just started sparking, and we ended up going on more dates on our own. We've always been, well, I think I've always been a spontaneous person, and I think I just made him that way, or I took that side out of him.
well, I've always loved going places. Who likes to be in the same spot all the time? Who likes to be in the same spot all the time?
Yeah, I've always liked to travel, and before I met him, I was single for around probably like 3 to 4 years, so I took advantage. Since it was me and my mom at the time, I would just like take her out to places. We would go out like to eat, we would go out to like explore like San Francisco, we would go to like different cities, and we would go like to a mall by ourselves. And I was just always out and about. Like if I had a day off, I would not be home. I was just out and about all the time. And I think when I met him, I didn't want that to stop at all, because we were young and I wanted to explore, and I wanted my like this relationship to be different, right? So we would go to Twin Peaks a lot. I think that was our spot. before this whole quarantine happened and before we had Olivia. I think we've only gone with Olivia once, maybe twice.
Just to chill, yeah.
Yeah, but we literally took a spontaneous trip. I think that was our second date, no? Cuando fuimos a San Francisco and we went to like that taco spot.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 a.m. and we were in San Francisco and we literally hit up a taco spot that was like probably like the only restaurant that was opened at the time.
It was cracking.
It was a taco shop and it was like 3 a.m. I'm telling you guys, and it was popping. Like it was so packed. I was like, damn, so many people are awake at this time. And like I told you guys in the beginning, I wasn't planning to date and have any relationship when I met him. I felt like I needed time on my own, and I wanted to just, I don't know, just take some time and be on my own, be solo, enjoy my time as a teen going into my 20s, because I did turn 21 with him. So
that's where we're at.
Yep, we're here now. We're happy with our baby girl. And do you have anything else to say before we close out the video?
I hope all y'all had a great Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mamas out there.
Other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. This does conclude our video. I hope this wasn't too long, and I hope that we were able to share a little bit more about our life and how we met. And yeah, I hope you guys get to know us a little bit more. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't already done so. Please stay tuned for our next video. But yeah, other than that, we will see you guys in our next video. Bye.
Peace.